I come from Aden, the hottest place in the world. Storms and hot wind, hot and hurricane, hot wind blows, wind carries away houses, horses, people, camels, donkeys, trees. Sandstorm you can see, sand blows, hot burning sand blows, storm of rain. Red like blood the sky looks, red like red apple the sky looks, and red rain falls down and streams of water. By the Red Sea. The sun rises from there opposite to our home, facing the Red Sea every day, every morning. My mother gave birth to my 7 sisters, to my 1 brother, and to me. She carried all of us in her womb. She carried us in her womb for 81 months. She carried us in her womb for 4,212 weeks. She carried us in her womb for 24,484 days. She carried us in her womb for 707,616 hours. She carried us in her womb for 42,456,960 minutes. All of this, my father provided. She fed us milk from her breast. Each one of us drank milk for 2 years from her breast. Each one of us drank 2 quarts of milk a day for 2 years from her breast. Each one of us drank milk during 2 years, a total of 730 quarts of milk from her breast. So my mother produced 13,140 quarts of milk from her breast. All of this, my father provided. She gave birth to us, she fed us, she washed us, she cleaned our one movement. She taught us, she talked to us, she whispered, she cried, she laughed, she sang, she mourned. She told us good and bad. She covered us, she lullabied. My mother sings like a dove. يا ابو نادي الطيور قال قلبي مجبور قال قلبي مجبور. Quality of a man and a human man. My father was good. My father was handsome. So handsome that you would keep away your eyes from looking at his eyes because his eyes were pearls of goodness. My father was delicious. His prayer was the midnight prayer. He prayed for the whole world at midnight. If you could imagine that with the windows of Aden, the arched windows of Aden were occupied by most of the women of Aden. Every woman listened to his moving voice. Every woman and not one knew of the other. هابتي قلتش عليك يا عيادة كلام وما قالت رحوكا أكبت بزوره ابنك والولاد يفح وهدره وقممنا أحوثي. Early in the morning before the sun rises, I was already awake. 2 hours before the sun, I already saw the caravan coming through the gate of Aden. هاشمي تراب وأنا للطيور أنا وأبو حسن بكيات أنا حيت الطيور. One boy from the caravan always brought into town a guitar. And at dawn and in the evening, he sat by the foot of a beautiful palace and sang. A girl, at dawn and in the evening, appeared at the window. One day the girl disappeared. She was the daughter of an honored sheikh. Her father cried and moaned. Even the stones and the birds cried with him. One day he turned into a stone. He died. 50 camels marched into Aden carrying chickens, roosters, sheep, goats, vegetables, fruits. When the first camel reached the gate of the market, the last one came through the gate of Aden. Margalit, Miriam, Malta, Gazelle, that's me, these are my names. That was my father calling me. I go down the steps like wind, hold my father's basket and to the market. These sounds I've heard there. And Sharbaru, how's it great? And Sharbaru, how's it great? And Sharbaru, we always pass by the man, the shepherd who buys all of the goats and sheep. And he says, but he sings. ولا بكملني وخلاني قريه دا من حديد ولا بكملني وخلاني قريه دا من حديد وفرض له ليه سيرة خاطر كما 4 سنين وفرض له ليه سيرة خاطر كما 4 سنين. And men and women all around, and people, tall, small, short, fat, thin, round faces, thick faces, fat faces, pale faces, and eyes, and sound and drums. And brides and grooms, fat grooms, thin grooms, small brides, big grooms, and brides and grooms dressed in silk, silver, gold shoes, silver shoes, leather shoes, barefoot, long dresses, white dresses, no dresses, and eyes, and sounds and drums, and songs, spiritual songs, erotic songs, wild songs, and they sing like this. حلوة عبادي شدد الدومرة شدد بيتي جنني مردرارة كتوه مريرة كلي إنه تلك لنا كوهيد اللقي ولا نجانا لتسوهاني يد النار يرها تها يد النار يرها إجابة تجمي سيجني ستاني دقوت بينا دار إجابة تجمي سيجني ستاني دقوت بينا دار تهمي راجة مهدري جندني مردرارة كتوه مريرة كلي إنه تلك لنا كوهيد اللقي At home, my grandmother calls. Margalit, Miriam, Martha, Gazelle, that's me. Yes, my grandmother. Did you wash your face, my flower of paradise? Always wash your face in the morning. You will feel like a fresh apple. Yes, my grandmother, I ate the apple. And my 7 sisters are all ready to go to the wedding. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sisters and 7 other girls, all in one car, and to the wedding. 2 of my sisters are wise. 1 of my sisters is a queen. 1 of my sisters is as quick as wind. 1 of my sisters is like the Arabian mysterious beauty, through the veil. 1 of my sisters is like that one of the Taj Mahal. And my brother is a prince and a brat. One of her sisters has long hair down to her ankle, like my great-grandmother who was brought to Aden on a camel for my grandfather who was blind. So my great-grandfather's bride's name was Shammai. She was slim and tall and white, like a white candle. At night, when all of my sisters were asleep, my grandmother used to tell me all kinds of stories, true stories, and stories as her imagination carried her. She reached her hand to my face to see if I was still awake. Did you hear me, my flower of paradise? He would have told you in your ears. When you reach the time, use it wisely. Yes, my grandmother. Use it wisely. Yes, my grandmother. Use it wisely. Yes, my grandmother. My grandmother went blind during the Second World War. We used to sleep on the roofs in Aden. One midnight, moonlight light, we woke up by the siren. My grandmother saw the moon, she thought it was a bomb. In the morning, she was blind. My grandmother told me all of the stories of King Solomon, that he had 1,000 women, and your grandfather got excited. I was his only woman, a woman of valor. A woman of valor who can find, for her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband trusted in her. She makes him good and not evil all the days of her life. With a magic carpet, I flew to Israel, the Holy Land. One night, my grandmother was sipping the water pipe and the angels of death arrived. My grandmother refused to go with him. She told him, "You made a mistake." She was 99 years old. After 3 days and 3 nights, she died. My father was delicious. My mother sings like a dove. My two grandmothers, one 99 years old and one 110 years old, wrote a book. I call it Wisdom of Life. Each day of their life was one page of the book. So my grandmothers wrote a book of 47,275 pages. Do not look for the book in any library. I swallowed it. My grandmother was 1 day old. My grandmother was 1 year old. My grandmother was 15 years old. My grandmother was 60 years old. My grandmother was 17 years old. My grandmother was 25 years old. My grandmother was 45 years old. My grandmother was 77 years old. My grandmother was 80 years old. My grandmother was 89 years old. My grandmother was 90 years old. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98! My grandmother has 176 great-grandchildren. My father was delicious. My mother sings like a dove. I come from Aden, the hottest place in the world.